The entire world is reeling after the devastating accident involving Chrisean rock. But nothing could have prepared fans for Blueface's shocking reaction. At a moment when people expected sympathy, support, or even silence, Blueface's words and his actions have left everyone absolutely stunned. Insiders say the energy shifted the second his reaction hit social media. Instead of comforting his fans or rallying behind the mother of his child, Blueface dropped a response so bizarre, so cold, and so unpredictable that it instantly sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans were left screaming in disbelief. Celebrities jumped in with furious comments. And entire forums lit up with debates about whether this man had finally gone too far. And here's the craziest part. Blueface's reaction may have revealed more than he intended. Some say it exposed guilt. Others call it proof that he's emotionally detached. And then there are whispers. Whispers that his response might tie directly into the growing conspiracy theories about the accident itself. So, what exactly did Blueface say? Why are fans calling it the coldest reaction of the year? And how has it turned an already heartbreaking situation into a full-blown cultural explosion? Buckle up, because once you hear his words, you'll understand why nobody is looking at Blueface the same ever again. The accident that left Chrisean rock hospitalized wasn't just a headline. It was a seismic event that shook the entertainment world. But when Blueface's shocking reaction hit social media, it wasn't just about the crash anymore. It became a story about betrayal, love, toxicity, and the kind of silence that speaks louder than words. A history written in chaos, too. Understand why Blueface's response landed like a nuclear bomb. You have to understand the history between him and Chrisean rock. Their relationship has always been more battlefield than love story. A roller coaster of brutal fights, public meltdowns, reconciliations, and betrayals. From the moment Chrisean tattooed his face on her neck, fans knew this wasn't going to be normal. What started as a reality show fling spiraled into years of screaming matches, live stream brawls, and headlines that blurred the line between personal pain and public spectacle. Blueface mocked her missing tooth. Chrisean smashed doors. They fought on camera. They cried on stage. And through it all, fans stayed hooked, torn between rooting for their love to heal and begging for Chrisean to walk away. But through every storm, one thing remained true. Chrisean always defended Blueface. No matter how bad things got, she stayed. Which is why when the accident happened, fans expected him to finally return that loyalty. The moment fans needed him most, the crash wasn't just another fight or scandal. This was life or death. Chrisean was pulled from a mangled car by EMTs, fans sobbing on live streams. Hashtags like #PrayForChris EAN trending worldwide. For her supporters, this was the moment Blueface was supposed to step up. To prove that beneath the toxicity, beneath the fights, he still cared. Fans wanted to see him at the hospital. They wanted a heartfelt statement. They wanted a man acknowledging the mother of his child in her darkest hour. But that's not what they got. The reaction that shook everyone instead. Blueface's reaction was cold. According to insiders, he made no hospital appearance, no immediate statement of concern. When he finally broke his silence, it wasn't the message fans prayed for. Instead of offering comfort, he allegedly posted something so detached, so dismissive, that the internet instantly exploded. A cryptic post appeared on his Instagram story. "Don't play the victim when you live reckless." Those 10 words flipped the internet upside down. To fans who had just watched their favorite star fight for her life, it wasn't just insensitive, it was cruel. Fans erupt in fury. The backlash was instant. Comments poured in. "She's fighting for her life, and this is what you say? You don't deserve her. You never did. This proves everything. You never loved her." Twitter threads ripped him apart. TikTok creators posted tearful rants. And YouTubers made breakdowns titled "Blueface's Cold Reaction to Chrisean's Crash." Fans flooded his comment sections with demands. Go to the hospital. Be a father. Be a man. Instead, he doubled down with silence. Why, it cut so deep for fans. This wasn't just about words. It was about history, about a woman who had sacrificed her dignity, her peace, and sometimes even her safety to stand by a man who repeatedly humiliated her. And in the one moment she needed him most, he turned his back. It wasn't just Blueface being Blueface. It was confirmation of fans' deepest fears that Chrisean had always given more love than she ever received. Celebrities jump in even. Celebrities couldn't stay quiet. Cardi B tweeted without naming names, "If you can't ride for your woman, when she's down, you never loved her in the first place." Meek Mill added fuel, writing, "Some dudes only love the chaos. When it's time to show up, they disappear." The indirect shots were clear. Everyone knew they were aimed at Blueface, and the silence from his side only made the criticism louder. The first seeds of suspicion. But here's where things got darker. Some fans insisted Blueface's cold reaction wasn't just heartless, it was suspicious. If Chrisean was forced off the road, sabotage was really at play, why wasn't Blueface demanding answers? Why wasn't he outraged? One viral thread put it bluntly. He's too calm, too detached. It's like he knows something. Theories spread like wildfire, linking his reaction to the whispers of foul play. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about a man being cold. It was about a man possibly hiding the truth. The moment Blueface posted his now infamous line, "Don't play the victim when you live reckless," the internet split wide open. Fans who had spent the night crying over Chrisean Rock's accident suddenly redirected their grief into white-hot rage. This wasn't just callousness. This wasn't just indifference. To them, this was betrayal. The internet explodes within minutes of Blueface's post. Hashtags erupted across every platform. Hashtag Blueface cold-hearted hash, pray for Chrisean. Hash justice for Chrisean. TikTok. Creators stitched the screenshot of his story with raw clips of Chrisean being pulled from the mangled car, overlaying captions like, "This is the mother of your child. This is what you say." Twitter threads broke down the timeline. Chrisean's accident reported at 1:45 a.m. Blueface silent for nearly a day. Then finally, instead of prayers, that one cold message, YouTubers jumped in with dramatic breakdowns. Titles like "Blueface exposed his response to Chrisean's accident is beyond cruel." The outrage was universal. Even fans who had defended Blueface through past scandals abandoned him. For the first time, his name wasn't trending for controversy, it was trending for villainy. Fake leaked messages surfaced, and then came the first bombshell twist. A gossip page posted screenshots of what they claimed were leaked demis between Blueface and an unnamed associate. In the exchange, allegedly sent just hours before the accident, the associate wrote, "Associate, you sure about this? She ain't listening, but this could get ugly. Blueface, sometimes you gotta let people crash out. Ain't my problem no more." The screenshots were grainy, unverified, and could have been doctored, but the internet didn't care. They spread like wildfire. Fans latched onto them as proof that Blueface had known something. The first twist? Did he know? The rumor mill cranked harder than ever. Fans began speculating that Blueface had been warned about Chrisean's car troubles before the crash. Some claimed he knew her brakes weren't working. Others insisted he had connections to the mysterious second car seen in the bystander footage. One viral TikTok posed the chilling question, what if Blueface's silence isn't heartlessness, but guilt? Reddit threads dissected every past interview, every live stream, pulling up clips of Blueface, mocking Chrisean for being reckless. Fans argued he had been laying the groundwork for weeks, painting her as unstable, so when something happened, he could shrug it off. The theory gained traction. Blueface hadn't been blindsided by the accident. He'd been waiting for it, industry. Chaos celebrities couldn't stay silent. Cardi B tweeted again, sharper this time. You don't play with life like that. No matter what drama y'all got, that's your family. Show some humanity. Meek Mill posted, "Too many snakes in this industry." When people show you their cold heart, believe them. Even 50 Cent, master of trolling, dropped a meme of Blueface with the caption, "Don't play the victim when you live reckless. Boy, you sound guilty." The post blew up instantly, fueling the fire even further. Blueface doubles down and, instead of softening, Blueface made it worse in a live stream days. Later, he smirked while fans flooded the comments with demands for answers. His response, "Y'all worried about the wrong things? People crash every day. Why y'all making this about me?" The clip went viral instantly. Fans screamed betrayal. To them, it wasn't just cold anymore. It was dismissive. It was smug. It was the attitude of a man who wasn't grieving but hiding. The emotional collapse for Chrisean's fans. This was the final straw. They flooded social media with emotional tributes, painting her as the victim not just of an accident, but of a toxic relationship that had drained her for years. TikTok edits with the caption, "She gave him everything, and he gave her nothing," racked up millions of views. Instagram fan pages turned into digital memorials, filled with prayers, photos, and heartbreaking captions. Some fans even began writing open letters to Chrisean's family, begging them to cut ties with Blueface forever. The narrative flips, and here's the twist that sent shockwaves. Insiders claimed Blueface had received a phone call shortly before the accident. The source wouldn't say who it was from, but they hinted it contained information that could have changed everything. True, it meant Blueface might have known danger was coming and chose to do nothing. Theories exploded. Was it a warning about the faulty car? Was it someone tipping him off about the second vehicle? Or was it something darker? A heads up that the plan was already in motion. The unanswered questions only fueled the chaos. The cliffhanger now, the world is left stunned. Blueface's cold words, the fake or real? Leaked messages, the rumor of a warning phone call. It's all painting a picture darker than anyone imagined. Was Blueface simply a heartless ex who couldn't show compassion? Or was his shocking reaction the slip of a man who knew more about the accident than he's letting on? Because if that phone call rumor is true, then Blueface's silence isn't just cruel. It's calculated. The internet was already ablaze over Blueface's cold reaction to Chrisean Rock's accident. But when whispers of a mysterious phone call surfaced, the story twisted into something far darker. Fans no longer saw him as just heartless. They began to see him as suspicious. And once the conspiracy took root, it spread like wildfire. The phone call leaked though. Rumor came from an anonymous insider who claimed Blueface received a phone call shortly before Chrisean's accident. A caller allegedly warned him that something bad was about to happen. One blogger quoted the source, "He knew. He got that call, and instead of stopping it, instead of protecting her, he shrugged it off. That's why he's acting so cold now, because deep down, he's guilty." Almost immediately, unverified transcripts of the call began circulating on social media. One viral screenshot claimed the caller told Blueface, "It's happening tonight. She won't listen. Shh, don't get in the way." And Blueface's alleged response, "Do what you gotta do. I'm out of it." Nobody could prove if the texts were real, but the internet didn't care. To fans, it explained everything. His silence, his smug live stream, his cryptic post. Fans demand his downfall. The outrage hit a new level. If he got that call, he's complicit. Period. He didn't warn her. He didn't stop it. Let it happen. Cancel him, cancel his music, cancel everything. TikTok flooded with emotional videos of fans burning Blueface merchandise, throwing posters in the trash, and vowing never to stream his music again. Twitter threads called for boycotts, urging Spotify and Apple Music to remove his tracks. Even fan pages that once defended him turned against him, changing their names to things like Justice for Chrisean and Blueface Exposed. Celebrity outrage? The industry couldn't ignore it anymore. Major celebrities stepped in with furious reactions. Cardi B went live on Instagram. If you get a call your baby mama might be in danger and you do nothing, that's not a man. It's a coward. Meek Mill tweeted, "This is ugly. Even like speaking on people's business. But this feels different. Too dirty." Even 50 Cent, who had been trolling days earlier, switched gears. He posted a photo of Chrisean with the caption, "Protect this girl. The wolves are out." Outrage wasn't just online. It was everywhere. Blueface's response, but instead of clearing the air, Blueface once again fanned the flames. In another live stream, he scoffed at the allegations. "Y'all believe anything you see on the internet? Ain't nobody call me. Ain't nobody warn me. Stop acting like I'm Batman or something. I can't save everybody from everything." His dismissive tone sent fans into an even deeper rage. The comments flew in real time, so you admit you wouldn't have helped. This is exactly why people think you guilty. "You're done, bro. Done." The live stream clip was reposted millions of times, further cementing the narrative that Blueface didn't care, or worse, that he was hiding the truth. The alleged audio recording, and then came the next shocking reveal. A blogger claimed to have obtained an audio recording of the supposed phone call. The audio was never released in full, but snippets leaked online. In the muffled clip, a male voice sounding eerily like Blueface's can be heard saying, "She gonna do what she gonna do. I'm not stopping it." The clip was scratchy, low quality, and unverifiable. But it didn't matter. It spread like wildfire. Millions of fans convinced it was real. TikTokers layered the audio over footage of the accident scene, creating haunting edits with captions like, "He knew." The industry splits. The scandal fractured the industry in half. On one side, artists condemned Blueface, calling for him to be blacklisted. Rumors swirled that promoters were already pulling him from shows, fearing fan backlash. One insider claimed, "Nobody wants him on their stage right now. He's toxic." On the other side, a handful of voices tried to defend him. Whack 100, his longtime manager, went on a podcast insisting people making up fake calls and fake screenshots, y'all, trying to bury him with lies. But the defense fell flat. The court of public opinion had already convicted him. The Chrisean factor, meanwhile, Chrisean herself remained silent, still recovering in the hospital, but her family fueled the fire. Her sister posted on Instagram, "She told us she felt unsafe. She told us if something happened, it wouldn't be no accident. And look where we at now." The post racked up hundreds of thousands of likes, fans treating it like confirmation of their worst fears. The cliffhanger now. Entire world is waiting for one thing: clarity. Did Blueface really get that phone call? Is there more audio waiting to drop? And if the truth comes out, will it expose him not just as heartless, but as complicit in the accident that almost took Chrisean Rock's life? Because if the rumors are true, then Blueface's shocking reaction wasn't a slip. It was a confession. By now, the accident and Blueface's cold response weren't just a headline. They were a cultural earthquake. Fans, celebrities, industry, insiders, and even ordinary people who had never listened to a Blueface track suddenly had an opinion. And nearly all of them shared the same message. This was unforgivable. Fan meltdown. Fans turned social media into a digital battlefield. TikTok lives were packed with people crying, screaming, and arguing. Some defended Blueface weakly, claiming he's always been. Celebrity reactions escalate. The celebrity responses grew louder, more brutal. Cardi B, already enraged, went live again. This time, she held back tears as she said, "Y'all don't understand. When a woman is fighting for her life, the last thing she needs is cruelty from the father of her child. This is disgusting." Offset reposted her live with the caption, "Blueface moving demonic. We don't respect it." Rapper YG tweeted bluntly, "Cold hearts get exposed. Watch." And When SZA, known for staying quiet on drama, tweeted a single broken heart emoji with Chrisean's name attached, fans went into overdrive. It felt like the entire industry was standing against him. Industry fallout behind the scenes. Promoters started pulling deals. One insider leaked a message from a major festival. Due to recent events, Blueface's slot will be reevaluated. We cannot risk the backlash. Rumors spread that sponsors had already cut ties. A sneaker brand allegedly canceled his endorsement within hours. Blogs reported that club promoters didn't want his name on flyers anymore, afraid of protests outside venues. But for the first time, it wasn't just fans rejecting him, it was the money. The media storm mainstream outlets picked up the chaos. CNN Entertainment ran a headline: Blueface under fire for callous response to Chrisean rock accident. TMZ posted paparazzi shots of him smiling while shopping, captioned, "Cold aftermath." The narrative was clear. Blueface wasn't grieving, he was grinning. Talk shows joined in. Wendy Williams-style commentators called him a disgrace. Podcast hosts debated if he'd officially ended his own career. The Breakfast Club dedicated an entire segment to breaking down his words, with Charlemagne calling it the coldest thing I've ever seen a baby daddy say. Fans defending Chrisean. Meanwhile, Chrisean's fans built her up as a martyr of resilience. Hashtags like #prayers for Chrisean and #survivor energy trended alongside memes of her smiling through past struggles. Edits of her holding her baby set to sad music went viral with millions of views. Supporters flooded her family's pages with love, promising, "We got her back even if Blueface don't." One emotional TikTok stitched her old video where she said, "All I want is love," paired with clips of the accident scene. The comments section became a digital vigil. The Blueface isolation, and while the world rallied for Chrisean, Blueface became isolated. Former collaborators unfollowed him. Blogs tracked every celebrity who cut ties, posting lists that grew longer by the day. Even his own fans turned. One heartbreaking post read, "I was a fan since Thoshiana. I defended him through everything. But this, nah, I can't." The betrayal hit harder because people felt they knew this outcome was inevitable. But seeing it play out was still devastating. The cliffhanger now? The industry sits in chaos. Blueface's reaction wasn't just seen as cold, it's now treated like evidence of something darker. Celebrities want him gone. Fans want him canceled. Promoters are pulling away. And in the middle of it all, whispers grow louder. What if the leaked phone call is real? What if Blueface knew Chrisean's accident was coming? Because if that's the case, then this isn't just about cruelty. It's about complicity, and the scariest part. Word on the street is that someone a very big name is ready to step forward with new evidence that could destroy him forever. Just when the world thought this scandal couldn't get any darker, an insider stepped forward with a revelation that made every previous rumor look small in comparison. This wasn't a fan theory. It wasn't a blurry screenshot. This was a bombshell that could destroy Blueface's career forever. The insider steps forward, a shadowy figure, described only as a former associate, leaked a statement to multiple blogs. They claimed they had first-hand knowledge of Blueface's connection to the accident, and their words were chilling. Blue knew more than he let on. That phone call? Real. And the accident. It wasn't random. People need to start asking the right questions. The internet froze. If this insider was telling the truth, then the conspiracy wasn't just speculation, it was fact. The shocking allegation, but didn't stop there. The insider alleged that Blueface had been warned weeks earlier about potential danger surrounding Chrisean. According to them, he laughed it off, saying, "She crashed sooner or later. I can't save her from herself." The statement was reposted across every platform within minutes. Fans gasped, commentators screamed, and hashtags like #HeKnew and #BluefaceExposed trended at #1 worldwide. And then came the kicker. The insider claimed to have proof. screenshots, call logs, and even a voice recording that hadn't yet been released. The world reacts, the internet exploded all over again. Fans demanded the evidence be dropped immediately. Blogs teased that the files were coming soon, while TikTok creators speculated what could be on them. One viral video put it bluntly: if those call logs show, he was warned. It's over. His career, his freedom, everything. Celebrities joined the frenzy. Ice Spice posted a cryptic story: protect women, believe women. NBA star Ja Morant liked a post calling Blueface finished. Even Drake, who rarely comments on this type of drama, followed Chrisean on Instagram, a move fans interpreted as a massive show of support. Blueface's meltdown, meanwhile, Blueface spiraled. On Instagram Live, he ranted for nearly an hour, pacing back and forth, shouting, "Y'all want me to be the villain so bad? Ain't make her crash. I ain't make that call. Stop playing with me before I really snap." But the live backfired. Fans clipped moments of him smirking, laughing nervously, and rolling his eyes, evidence, they claimed, of a guilty conscience. His own words, "Y'all want me to be the villain," instantly turned into a meme, the final blow. And then, in the middle of the chaos, a new rumor dropped. A major outlet was preparing to release a full investigative piece on Blueface and the accident. Allegedly, the article would contain receipts, recordings, and testimony from people close to the situation. One journalist teased on Twitter, "We've uncovered more than anyone expected. Stay tuned." The countdown was on. The cliffhanger, now the world waits. Blueface's cold words, the leaked call, the alleged recording, the insider stepping forward. It's all converging into one explosive truth bomb. The question isn't if the evidence drops. It's when. And when it does, will it prove Blueface was simply heartless, or that he was involved in the accident that nearly cost Chrisean her life? Because if the insider's allegations are true, this isn't just the end of Blueface's career. It could be the end of his freedom. And now we're at the edge of the cliff. Blueface's shocking reaction, the alleged leaked call, the insider stepping forward, all of it has led us here. A moment where the entire world is holding its breath, waiting for the next bombshell to drop. But here's the thing. This story is far from over. If the rumors are true, if the receipts are real, then the next chapter could be the biggest explosion. Yet, we're talking canceled deals, courtrooms, and maybe even handcuffs. So now I need to hear from you. Was Blueface simply heartless, lashing out in coldness during a tragedy? Or was his strange reaction a slip proof that he knew more than he was letting on? Do you think the insider is telling the truth, or are these just desperate attempts to tear him down? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is about to get even messier. Argue it out. Take sides. And tell me this: if that audio recording really exists, do you believe it should be released to the public immediately or saved for court? Because make no mistake, this is bigger than Blueface and Chrisean. This is about loyalty, betrayal, and the brutal way the truth always finds its way out. And let me promise you this: when the next update breaks, when that so-called evidence finally hits the internet, I'll be right here to break it all down for you. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. So smash that like button if you're still with me. Subscribe so you never miss the next update. And hit that bell, because when the truth drops, you'll want to be the first to know.